Welcome to Confessions of a Terrible Leader, where real leaders share the raw truth about the lessons they learned the hard way so you don't have to. Join our host, Layci Nelson, founder of Transcend Leadership Collective and former terrible leader. Every leader can become worthy of being followed if they are willing to put in the work. On this podcast, we share the messy stories and behind-the-scenes reality of what the work actually entails. We welcome you to this community of revolutionary leaders who believe honest communication, healthy conflict, and building cultures of acceptance, respect, and trust are not only possible, but non-negotiable for cultivating world-class teams.
Hello and welcome back to Confessions of a Terrible Leader. I'm your host, Layci Nelson, and former terrible leader. Thank you so much for joining us today. I am here to give you the recap. I love looking back this time of year because it is just mind-boggling to pause long enough to really celebrate everything that's been accomplished. And I'm recording this for a couple of reasons today. One, I want to encourage all of you listeners to take the pause and really look back at the accomplishments of you and your team this year and celebrate them and think about all of those amazing things that you have gotten done in the last 12 months, the impact you've made in the world. And the other reason is I want this recorded for my team. Of course, we're going to talk about it in person during our annual planning. However, we got this podcast. Let's take advantage. I want to sing their praises. So everything I'm about to share with you for our end of the year recap would not be possible without my amazing team. So I'm just going to give them a shout out. Layci Davis is the director of workshops and education for us. She's phenomenal. We also have Mary Scott, who is podcast producer / ops / keeps me organized. God bless you, Mary. That is not an easy job. And we have the amazing Kathy Maharis, who is in charge of all things beautiful. Anything you see of ours that looks beautifully produced, I had very little to do with it other than copy, the copy and concept. And even then, it's a group effort oftentimes. Kathy makes all of our slides look beautiful when we do workshops. She's designed our website and built it from the ground up twice now. She's done 2 different versions for us, and she designs everything. So all of this that I'm about to share with you is not possible without those women. And this team is just incredible. We've been together as a group of 4, the 4 of us, since March. And also, if you're wondering, I also have a couple other people that help. They're not core members of the team, but they definitely do help. I have Tirsa, who does our bookkeeping, and she keeps my finances straight and in order, and taxes and all those things. And then I also work with Sarah Jane Burt sometimes every month for newsletter copy. She does a great job of succinctly communicating a mess of points I send her, and she makes it beautiful every month. So all of that to say, I want everyone to get full credit, and I don't want anyone to think that all of this stuff is happening with one person. A, I don't deserve all of that credit. And B, it's really not possible for one person to do all of these things. So if you're beating yourself up, stop it. Stop doing that. This work has a lot of people behind it. Okay, so a year in review. Let's look at all of the things that we have accomplished this year. We set out this year and had a big goal. We launched a new website. We started a blog on that website. We also, just in September, started this podcast, got that going. Back in March, we brought on Layci, who is our first full-time non-contract W-2 hire, and she is doing phenomenal things and brings great skills to the team. Her expertise fills in blanks that I have in mine. And we also switched up some platforms. You guys know what a nightmare switching platforms can be. These women have handled it with grace. We've definitely hit our bumps. We do all of those things to support all of you to bring the highest value that we can to people that want to learn how to lead through honest communication, healthy conflict, acceptance, respect, and trust. And that population is growing. And it is so exciting to be able to serve people that recognize that is the key and foundational to leading well. You can have all the other pieces in place, but if you don't have that, you're really never going to reach your full potential as an organization. So this year, we have delivered 21 strategic quarterly annual planning sessions. So after people do strategic planning with us, they then, which we call our vision mapping, they can then have us continue and help them with their implementation through facilitation of quarterly and annual meetings. We have facilitated 21 quarterly and annual meetings. We've facilitated 4 brand new clients that came on and had not done strategic planning with us. So 4 strategic planning clients, and then 21 sessions of that continued work with clients that had worked with us previously and some of our new clients that came on. We have worked with 14 individuals with one-to-one coaching, which is fantastic to see people investing in themselves as leaders that way. It is pivotal, key, self-awareness building work. We have delivered 39 workshops. 39 workshops. That's amazing. We've impacted through the reach of the workshops and the strategic planning and the one-to-one, we have impacted thousands of employees, everyday employees this year. Workshops alone have been delivered to over 1,000 people. That is incredible and humbling and exciting because we believe so much in what we're doing that we are motivated immensely by the feedback we get that says this is like changing my work life. This is not, and sometimes this is changing my home life, because these skills for communicating well and finding connection through conflict and understanding yourself, yes, they impact work and they can't help but also impact people at home. And so it is just, I'm just in love with the change that we get to help people bring into their lives in many, many avenues. And so our impact this year has just been breathtaking. We have held in those 39 workshops, 6 of them have been public, meaning we're not coming in privately to an organization. We're just holding them and inviting people in. And that was a great experience. It was something we wanted to give a try to, and we're going to do it again. So next year, and we will talk more about that later, but that's going to happen. Public access workshops, and of course, continuing to design and deliver the custom workshops for organizations. Something else we got to do this year that was really exciting that I got to do this year is I have been asked to be a speaker this year and also applied to be a speaker this year at more events and conferences than I have ever done before in one calendar year. So I was able to present at the Building Industry Association of Washington State at their big regional leadership summit. I was able to, actually statewide summit, give a talk on leadership there. I was invited to facilitate an entire retreat weekend for the Women Presidents Organization, their Bellevue chapter. That was a huge, super insightful, amazing weekend with these powerful women that were taking the time to connect to themselves and each other, and being part of that was very exciting. I was also presented at NAMI, at a local chapter of NAMI's annual board meeting. Got to give us a talk about the pillars of leadership there. Presented at the ACE Pacific Northwest ACE Hardware Summit. That was tremendous. We had the opportunity to spread the message to over 300 owners of ACE stores all over the Pacific Northwest region. People came in as far away as Hawaii for that. I got to be one of the keynotes for that. And it was just so fun to watch people's eyes light up and get their aha moments. And when we come to speak, we come to bring value. We want people to take pictures of those slides, ask the questions, come sit down with us afterwards. We are there to add value, to answer questions, to do some on-the-spot problem solving with some tough employee issues, some leadership issues, and we just had a great time at that summit. And also, we applied to be speakers at the Washington Workforce Association's conference this year, which was in Tacoma. Collaboration between that group and then also the Employment Security Department and the Washington State Department of Commerce. We applied and we were selected to offer a workshop that we entitled Welcome to the Leadership Revolution, talking about the changes that we are seeing and why Heart First leadership is more critical than ever, and understanding how to build that capacity in yourself. And it was just a great turnout. We had a packed room, which was, they had no idea who we were. It was a testament to the interest in the topic, meaning it was very timely. Now they know who we are, but it was just a really fun and encouraging to see the response that people are hungry for this message. They're hungry for what we're offering. So we have had a year. We expanded, we've grown, we've had a year of building our infrastructure, building our reach, connecting to the community and to industries at a higher level, to really having confirmed for us that we are absolutely on the right path for what not only we know is needed out there, but people are relating to it. They're like, yes, we've never heard leadership communicated in this way before. It takes that heart first concept and takes it from that, it's out floating around in the ethos to really what our work does is it brings it to the ground, and we break down like formulaically, this is how you do this. This is how you understand how your brain and your body and your nervous system. I mean, we start at the foundational levels of understanding how our bodies work, how our brains work, how our nervous system works. And we build from there with understanding how to have healthy conflict, how to have honest communication, how to recognize in yourself when you are in a place where you can or cannot have that communication, and how to bring yourself back to a regulated place. And then you're ready to have these conversations about coaching and delegating, and during the hard conversations of weird vibes and corrective action, and the challenges when we're in the throes of strategic planning and there's different ideas about the best way to move forward. We give people the tools to have the conversations that need to happen. So it's been just so incredible to watch this. We know people are hungry for, quote unquote, critical conversations. 3 million copies, over 3 million copies of that book has sold. People want this information. They are hungry to know how. How do I understand it for myself and apply it within my own brain and my own body? And that is what we are bringing to workforce development, to leadership development. And we're all, the whole team, so energized. I mean, we've had a huge year. We tired. We are all so tired. However, we're like, okay, let's rest up, take a breath, recognize our own needs. Let's do some genuine self-care, not just, candles and bubble baths. And our annual planning session is set for January, and we are going to be like wildfire when we get together. And I cannot even wait. Cannot even wait. We are just stepping into this new phase, and this has been a great year for us. Revenue-wise, it's been a good year. Hasn't been like a hallmark year because we've been pouring so much into building up infrastructure and into having what we need to be able to have the impact and to be here and build awareness so that we can help people have incredible lives, both at work and at home. And every person deserves the opportunity to be engaged, motivated, and inspired. Every leader who wants it deserves the opportunity to learn how to actually do that, how to actually become a life-changing leader, how to actually become worthy of being followed. We're on fire for it right now. We're starting to see the impact at a level. Our goal is to tip the scales. We want 25% of the workforce to embrace this, the leadership, the solid leaders in every industry. We want that tipping point. We're not going to do it alone, but we want to be a catalyst for it. We want to empower other people to bring this. We want to partner with those that are already doing it so that we can continue to push the needle towards that 25% where this becomes a norm. And I'll share a little bit in our welcome to the new year, what we're focusing on in a different discussion, a different podcast, how critical that is becoming and why and what some of my predictions are. But that's not this podcast. So all of that to say, wow, what a year. Please take the time to do this inventory for yourself. Take the time to pause and think about what you've learned and what you want to celebrate. Notice this time I didn't go into what were the things that weren't so great, because here's my what's not so great. I used to not do this. I used to just keep moving, head down, eyes forward, like, yay, we did a good job, but not really stop and pause and take inventory and think about it and express it in the way that I just did. So that's my takeaway for you. Do this for yourself. Do this with your team. Don't make it about what could we do better wrapped up in the same meeting. Don't do that. Just celebrate. Pause, take a minute, celebrate. You need it and they need it. Happy 2023, friends. Happy 2023. Let's make 2024 everything we hope it could be. Go forward and continue to be leaders worthy of being followed. Continue that pursuit. And until next time, go manage like a leader.
Thanks for being part of this community of revolutionary leaders who believe honest communication, healthy conflict, and building cultures of acceptance, respect, and trust are not only possible, but non-negotiable for cultivating world-class teams. If one-to-one coaching, engaging workshops, or strategic planning that is actually useful are anything that interests you, make sure to head over to www.transcendleadershipcollective.com to check out our free resources. Confessions of a Terrible Leader is hosted by Layci Nelson and produced by Mary Scott. Music is by Leif Olson and Mary Scott from the band The Number of Months. Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, go manage like a leader.